So, Brother Clint, on behalf of Voices of a Lady, thank you for talking to us today. And it's Father's Day we're celebrating. So I know you have just done a little bit about being a dad, and a couple of questions for you. How do you deal with the hard part of being a father?
When you say hard part, what do you mean?
You know, we don't always have it perfect. There are some tough decisions we have to make sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you do about that?
Well, a lot of compromising. It's hard, you know, when my kids were younger. I used to tell them that I'm not worrying about you now. I'm going to worry about you when you're teenagers, because that's when the challenge will come. And it's just like I told them, we're facing the challenge right now. They are much harder to deal with, especially when they think they're 18. From 18, they think they reached where they're supposed to be, and they want to, you know, talk back to you. They want to come in and tell you, "Oh, I'm going there," without you asking you. They're telling you. So this is very challenging for me.
So I think they're all grown now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful with answers.
And what phase do you think they're grown enough for you to say, okay, do you think? When does that happen?
They have to be 21. 21 or something.
21.
They have to be 21, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And when they start working too, especially. Because sometimes when they're 21, they're still in your house.
Yeah, I was
they're
thinking.
not working. They're not paying no bills.
Yeah.
You have to give them that sense of responsibility.
How do you do that, the responsibility phase? What some of the things that you do? Tell us, as some of the fathers who are listening, and some pointers you have to help your children to show responsibility.
Okay. I always tell my kids you have to be very punctual. You have to handle your time right. Time management is very important for me and my kids. Try not to be late for nothing. And even your dress, the way you dress, the way you present yourself, it's very important. Strictly because there's kids that want to go out any and anyhow.
You're a very well dressed man. I mean, do your kids dress the way you dress, or do they think that you're old school kind of thing?
Yeah, they think I'm old school. They think so. They tend to want to dress their own way. I buy them suits. I love to wear suits. I buy my boys suits. They wear it once, and then I put it on. I have to be wearing them. They're by the same size. You know, their hair, especially the hair that they wear nowadays, they say it's hip style, and they're what Gen Zs. They keep telling me that, Dad, it's different time. I understand. However, the principle of life is the same. It's universal. So we really want to them to emulate certain principle and certain lifestyle. You know, not that the world is presenting to them, but you know, we're Christian, so we want to have them grow up in that, you know, type of fashion, knowing that, you know, the Lord wants you to be modest in everything you do, especially your dressing. We're talking about dressing right now, so you have to look good in the sight of the Lord. And I teach them to respect people. Doesn't matter who, you respect them, you know, and carry themselves well. Yeah.
Those are some of the things that we grew up with back in our days. We learn how to respect people. That seems to be going through the door these days. Young people seem to be not so big on respect.
Well, for my kids, trust me, they're very respectable and respectful to people. And sometimes I find myself falling out of line, and they pull me back.
No.
I say, Dad, you can't say that. That's not the right thing to say, Dad. And I said, okay. Yeah.
So you're one of those dads that give your children permission to kind of rein you in, to kind of say, Dad, you're not on track here?
Yes, because they want you to listen to them too. And you have to remember that they're human beings. They're little human beings too. So they love when you listen.
You're a modern day dad, because back then many dads then would not have their children even tell them how to do anything.
Well, like my father, he forced things down my throat. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want that. We're not living in the past, you know. So we're, as well, it's their time now, so to speak. You know, we want to train them. We have to guide them in the way they see life right now.
Sure,
Back then it was different.
Right.
We didn't have cell phones, we didn't have computers. We used to walk to school barefoot. When we tell them that, just like, what?
Right.
They don't walk barefoot in the house.
They can't believe it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you, because for all of us who are dads, we really want to do our best at being dads. We don't always get it right. What role do you think your wife helps you to play in becoming a better dad?
My wife, listen, sometimes I step back to, and sometimes I feel like I'm a part of the teenage. I'm part of the child because yeah, she includes me in sometimes. She's calling us. She includes me. It's called. Sometimes in the back of my head, I'm thinking that, you know, I want to be on the kids' side.
Right.
You know, listen, sometimes parents compete. They want to be the kid's favorite. I find myself doing that sometimes. But then I kept myself, no, I have to be on the wife's side because we're trying to raise them together. And I don't want to create a conflict between, you know, us, the family. So we're just trying to, we're not perfect, but we're just trying to build a strong standard in the family.
Right.
And we know in the near future they will be having their own family. So my job is to teach them now so that they are well prepared when they go out and start.
Thank you for talking to us. Before I go, one last question. I know now that you're a man of God, you serve in the church. How important is that in being a dad?
We serve in the church and being a
Being
dad?
a Christian, being a man of God.
Well, first of all, my first office is being a father. That's my first and foremost. That's my priority. Working in the church is secondary for me. However, working for God is priority. But working in the church is not necessarily working for God, because when I'm dealing with my children the right way, I'm working for the Lord.
Amen.
That's number one. So it's a balance. It's a balance that out, and you have to distinguish them.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, Brother Ken, you said you're a 35-year-old child. You don't look like you are more than 45 years old. When did that happen?
So, you know, I usually tell my kids I'm not from Earth, but that's a joke.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, but actually, I'm 56. And I had my first child when I was like...
Do the math?
Do the math, yeah, I was in my 20s. And the math, I'm not saying anything about that one because
well, you look
it's
good.
on ear. It's on ear.
You look great.
Yeah. Yeah, when my daughter, she's 34. She lives in Brooklyn with her mom. She's a nurse. And then my oldest son, he's 32. He lives in Queens. He's single. And obviously my other 3 kids and the 2 that I adopted, they're home. Yeah, but you know, I try to keep myself, you know, to look this way.
Yeah.
Try to keep up with it.
You look good. And I just want to end this by congratulating you in also becoming an adoptive dad. That's much respect for you for that.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
You know, it was a challenge. I mean, I later did, you know, the challenge that we've been through with, you know, especially with the boy. Actually, he's my wife's nephew. Both of them. The girl is my wife's niece, and the boy is my wife's nephew. They were in the system, and it was time for them to get out of the system and be adopted by somebody.
Right. Well, God bless you for that one.
So we stepped in and we decided, you know.
Awesome.
And he's the only child that I know of who could choose his name.
And
he chose his own name. He said, Uncle Clint, can I change my middle name to this name? I said, of course.
Wonderful.
And he changed his name right there.
Well, God bless you.
Yeah.
So thank you for talking to us on behalf of the Voices of Lady D. Have a good, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.